Tavin will mow your grass and make it look so well. Now Tavin goes donut goals when in town he comes, getting strength for his haunches to cannonball for fun. Tavin, ramping up the holler, Tavin, trying to make a dollar, Tavin, give him a holler, he'll mow your grass today. Now I remember very well the day old Tavin cried, Delma dropped a frittler. Oh, come on, Delma. Now Tavin's at the burger shed, he ordered a number 3, bacon double cheeseburger, curly fries you'll see. Tavin, ramping up the holler, Tavin, trying to make a dollar, Tavin, give him a holler, he'll mow your grass today.
Welcome to the Tavin Dillard podcast, y'all guys. Season 11's episode 1's. Can you believe it? Oh, and thank y'all guys for sending them all them questions for the Q&As last week. Y'all know y'all did that. Y'all know y'all sent in them questions like that way. And the other thing y'all know is that maybe you don't know this. That's the longest podcast episode I ever did. That's over an hour and 4 minutes, something like that, or hour and 3 minutes. Like, it's an hour-long podcast, y'all guys. So hopefully you liked it. But if you used to just like, driving your kid to school and home and you listened to the whole episode, I guess you had to take a couple laps around the town or something last week or whatever. Maybe you paused it and just now you remember, and I didn't even finish that and kind of thing. But I hope you did. You know, I got Tavin's Lawn Care Services. I'm a mowing, edging, grass cutting legend. And now we in a brand new season of the Tavin Dillard podcast. And I'm so glad that you joined me. The Labor's Days is coming up, and I want to tell y'all about, well, I got to give a little softball update here in a minute on, there's been 2 games since last we spiked. So I'll give you, I think we're going to do a little update, then a little Mort Dwydell had a little Labor Day situation, a little early Labor Day celebration plans I want to clue y'all in on, and then the most recent softball game. So you're going to hear about 2 softball games real quick on this podcast, and also Mort Dwydell's early Labor Day celebration that went down. Just some announcements of what's going on in my neck of the woods. Did you know, like if somebody said, Tavin, how many T-shirts do you have, like that you sell? You know, like I got them shirts like Early Bird Gets the Perm, Crow Funyun, whatnot. I'd have said probably 25 or 30. Well, I'll tell you right now, and this ain't something I'm broadcasting to everybody, but my podcast friends, you can know the behind the scenes, the ins and outs. I'm discontinuing 23 items in the merch store. Now, I'll probably do a video about 4 of them, because 4 of them are like main shirts that I had over the years that we just given a break to. Maybe 5 shirts. I don't know, 4 or 5. But the other ones, they like a hoodie or a tank top or stuff that's just kind of periphery, and it just didn't move, and it kind of just will go away, and most people won't even notice it's even there because it's been a while or, whatever. But I was kind of shocked to think there's 23 things you cut out, and a lot of folks, you won't even notice they gone. But some of them, here's like 4 or 5 of the main ones that maybe you have this shirt, or if you ain't got it, I would say this is the time to get it because it's about to be gone. One is just because of the year, too. The 20-23 Team Burger Shed Championship shirt, it had them 3/4 sleeves on it. That's a good shirt, but it's last year's shirt. I don't know that we doing right now I ain't got no plans to do a new season shirt for the Burger Shed. I am keeping the classic Bud's Burger Shed shirt in the shop. So that one's probably going to go. Also, like this away, like that away, that tee, that's kind of maroon. I think I mentioned that last week. The watermelon helmet tee's going bye-bye. The BO recipe, that's bacon only. And another one that looks like it's time to retire is the turkey salmon tee. I know. You can still hunt them and you can still catch them, but you just can't buy the shirt after a little bit. So that'll probably be really in the next month, in September's, trying to phase that out. There are a couple ideas for new shirts, but I don't know. I may need to give it a break, right now, and just kind of, and then probably the butter bacon shirt. That's my election day shirt, the 20/24. Did you hear about that? There's election. Anyhow, butter bacon. So that might be discontinued just because it says 20/24 on it, like the Team Burger Shed from 20/23. Like we just take a break on that. But so that's coming up. Now the other thing that's been happening this past week was the bacon giveaway. I hope you entered that because this week we already announcing winners. We announced a winner yesterday, and then we're going to do. If you listen to this on Tuesday, August 27th, when this comes out, there was a winner announced yesterday on the 26th. There's going to be a winner announced tomorrow. And what's happening Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week is they winning a bag of bacon, and they winning one of my bacon hats, them red hats with the bacon patch on it. Now on Saturday, this Saturday, the 31st, it's international. I didn't know if it was national. Turns out it's International Bacon Day. And the grand prize winner will be chosen and announced, and they will win a year of free Tavin's bacon. Now today, I don't know. You can check to see if the link's still up. Is really the entries was last week, and this week we just announcing winners. But check it. If the link's up, then you can enter still and maybe get in on that year of free bacon. But if it's gone, it's gone. Like them shirts we discontinuing too. So that's a little housekeeping. I will put a link to all my shirts in the show notes today. So if there's one you're thinking about getting and you heard I was discontinuing it, like I said, this is the time to do it. And then I think what we'll do is, if you've been on the website to buy a shirt of mine, you'll notice a thing pop up for $15. You can add a mystery shirt, and it'll just be one of my other shirts. There's a chance those that we're discontinuing might end up, but I can't guarantee it. There've been all kind of mystery shirts that Ryan has thrown in there. When people buy one shirt, they get another one for pretty much cheaper. So anyways, check the show notes if you want to see them shirts. What else will I put in the show notes today? I'll put bacon. If you just want to buy a bag of bacon, you can do that. Team Burger Shed, that's my softball team that I own. We was 7-3 when last we spiked, but you missed a week because last week I didn't talk about how we did. We had the Q&A, you know that. So now it's going to be an update on the game, kind of 2 games ago. And then I want to tell you what happened with Mort, and then I want to tell you what happened with our most recent game. Labor Day is coming up. You know about that? My Labor Day plans are I'm going to a Thunder Punch barbecue. Coach Hicks is hosting it. We'll see how it goes. I should have an update for you on that next week, after Labor Days. Right now, today, Labor's Days ain't happened yet. I mean, you might have plans, you might have thoughts, you might have ideas, might things you going to do. You ain't done it yet. There ain't no way you could do it yet because it ain't Labor's Day. You got to wait for the day, and then you celebrate it that day. Now, you may be like Mort Dwydell and say, well, in honor of Labor's Days, I'm getting over here to do this celebration at this place or that place, and we having a barbecue, whatever it may be. Yeah, that's an option, right? But what I'm saying is the Coach Hicks thing, his Thunder Punch barbecue is on Labor Day, so I can't tell you about that yet. I ain't been there. I ain't done it yet. One softball update. Then Mort Dwydell got his Labor Day celebration off to an early start. Want to tell you about that. Then I got this most recent Team Burger Shed update to give. I guess there's a lot going on, as you might say. But like I told you, we are 7 wins and 3 losses this season. I say that's a good season. So far, I'm happy with it. Now, little switch up, little switcheroo 2 games ago. Russell Tucker, who, is basically our coach. He put together the lineup. He kind of hold things together. He got a level head. He wants to play. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he been watching more baseball lately and said, boy, I'd like to try third base, and the adult softball league's a good place to do that. I don't know what went on in Russell's head. I ain't inside there. He didn't tell us, but he showed up wanting to play third base. And Rusty Tidwell, he always third base. Rusty Tidwell's got the hot corner locked in like that way. He's an athlete. He can play anywhere. But that's the good news because he wasn't going to play third tonight because Russell was going to be over there. And Rusty, he ain't mad about it. He ain't throwing a fit. He knows what he brings to the game. and we're playing Guthrie's Hunting Supply, in this game. Mary Beth Tucker decided to sell veterinary fundraising shirts at the concession stand. Now, it turns out there's a little protocol that's supposed to happen that I guess Mary Beth didn't know about. There's a lot of things that if Mary Beth gets in trouble, it's just out of ignorance. It ain't out of like spite or rebellion, Some folks get in trouble just because they don't know no better. And then there's folks that get in trouble because they do know better, but they act like they don't know better so that people ain't as mean to them. That like Cindy Mydell. Oh, I didn't know you couldn't steal from a Walmart rollback sale. Oh, you didn't? Well, you can't. Now you busted. But the veterinary, they raising money for dog kennels. You know about them? They like houses for dogs, but they ain't big houses. Just like, you holler, kennel up to the doggy, and it runs in there and maybe sleep in there or whatever. I don't know. I didn't go to school for dog kennels. All I'm saying is they raising money for them. They must have a lot of dog business out there at the veterinary, like lots of more people getting dogs or dogs is having babies, or I don't know the science behind it, but I will say that they are raising money because they need more dog kennels than they already have. And a fundraiser would do that, because a fundraiser is like you raising funds. I mean, the answer's in the name, but you raising money so that you can get something, but you trying to give the other person something. You know how kids sell candy bars. Oh, well, what you getting out of it is a candy bar that you wouldn't have bought nowhere else. It ain't no name brand or nothing. But the money that you give that kiddo goes to band camp or whatever. I probably don't have to explain fundraisers to you, but I done went and did it. So they need to get dog kennels down at the veterinary, and Mary Beth Tucker is selling these fundraising shirts at the concession stand. And I don't know. I don't know what it was. I didn't even see them shirts long enough to know what was on them, but I think it was like a dog and a cat and maybe a goat with some sort of saying. It's like, we got 4 legs but 1 heart or something. Support the veterinary. I don't know. Like I didn't design that shirt. But I'm batting leadoff. And that's what I do know, and that's what I'm supposed to care about. It's what happens in between them softball lines, not what in the world Mary Beth Tucker is doing over there at the concession stand. Never a dull moment, and she don't never cease to amaze me the kind of circus she can drum up over there. Well, Russell Tucker did not end up starting at third base. As much as he was going to, he ended up pitching, and he gave up 4 runs in the first inning. So now we're thinking, I thought you was going to move Rusty up third, and you was going to try third, and you had an idea. Maybe he got cold feet before the game, said, well, I know I can pitch. I don't know if I can play third anymore. I don't want to get outside of, myself here. But anyhow, he had a rough first inning. Maybe he's just doing too much thinking. You know how you think about something, and you think about something, and you think about something, and before long you overthinked it? Well, anyhow, he gave up 4 runs in the first inning against Guthrie's Hunting Supply. You don't really want to do that. Mort Dwydell is all excited about his water slide trip, so he's playing loose and free this night. So again, remember, this is 2 games ago before he went on his little trip. So he's all happy. What happened on that trip ain't happened yet when we played this game, because he ain't been on that trip yet. So you tracking with me? But more on how his trip went in just a minute. JT, now it's JT Whitlow and Rance Farnhart. They go back to back, and now it's 4 runs to 2 runs in the third inning. Cut that lead in half with them dingers them boys hit. And I get up there and I say, you know what? They hitting dingers. I'm on a swing for the fences too. That's what I said in my head. Didn't say it out loud, but inside my head, I heard myself say, I'm on a swing for the fences too, like that way. But the thing about it is, just because you swing for the fences don't mean you're going to clear them with that softball. I got a solid single with that swing, no. I sure did. And so that's fine with me. Made solid contact and got to first base. Myron buys a fundraising shirt from the concession stand. I don't know at what point he got this. I just, all of a sudden, he's there with it on. So I don't know if he left during the game or he bought it before the game. I'm hoping he bought it before the game, but I wouldn't put it by Myron to wander away during the game and do something like that. And he put that shirt on, y'all guys. Now, we play in a softball game, and we a team, and teams wear the same uniforms. Well, all of a sudden, Myron's got on a fundraising shirt that's like light blue, and we on a red team. We Team Burger Shed. You've seen the shirts. You might have one. But he put that thing on. Now he don't look like our teammate. He don't look like he's on our team. He wasn't thinking. He left his other shirt at the concession stand. So now Myron's Team Burger Shed shirt is over there at the concession stand. Myron's over at the dugout in a baby blue veterinary fundraising shirt. He wasn't thinking. We made him take off that shirt, y'all guys, and he had to walk over to the concession stand to get his jersey chest naked. His head was in the clouds because he knew his gal, Mary Beth Tucker, would like it if he supported a fundraiser. So he went and supported a fundraiser. But I guess he forgot he's in the middle of a softball game on the team he's on, and you don't just take off your team uniform in the middle of a game and plan to stay in that game. I think, though, Myron being chest naked got in the other team's head. Softball's just as much mental as it is physical, y'all guys. And sometimes you need that advantage. You just need that advantage. I scored on a double by Rusty Tidwell. He did make 2 errors at second base because after that first inning, when Russell went ahead and gave up 4 runs, he moved over to third. Russell decided, I probably should be at third, and he had Rusty at second, and we thought that ain't going to be no problem. Rusty can, and then JT Whitlow, who's usually our second baseman, he went in to pitch. Well, anyways, Rusty Tidwell made 2 errors at second base, but Guthrie didn't score on it. So, no harm, no foul like that away. And we went ahead and stuck with that lineup the rest of the game. Rusty at second, Russell at third, and JT on the mound. And we ended up winning that game 11 runs to 6. So then we was 8 wins to 3 losses on the season. That's 8-3. Of course, we played 1 game since then. And like I said earlier, more on that after I tell you what happened between these 2 games. What happened since that first game, and then when that second game happened, what happened in between, and what happened in the meantime, as they say. Mary Beth Tucker, she ended up real quick, though, to wrap up that game. She's told she had to fill out a form if she's bringing merchandise to sell at the concession stand, even if it is a fundraiser. So she got taught a lesson on the back end of that fundraiser at the softball game. Now, let's talk about Mort and his Labor Day's plans. And this is Labor Day's celebration plans, because Labor Day ain't happened yet, but he already reined in the celebration of the holiday. You know about Mort? You know about Mort Dwydell? What do you know about Mort Dwydell? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I believe you do know about Mort Dwydell. Mort Dwydell is going to a water slide. This is before Labor Day, Saturday before, with his family, and it's out of town. Said his cousin had a coupon for it, and they had a real good time when they went. He went with his family and his cousin's family. So Mort did it. And Mort family, they got a front yard trampoline, so they're a little bit adventurous. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Mort can try to do little flips on it, and he do try. I don't know that he's ever cleared a full somersault in the air, but he is pretty agile for his size. He got stubby little legs and a chubby little torso. Torso's pretty long, actually. It's like the legs are stubby and the torso's long. But anyhow, he a little bit of an athlete anyway. He can do some twists and turns on that trampoline. Don't matter no how. Mort's daughter wanted to start the day at the water park with an ice cream cone. And I'm not just talking about, folks say, I got an ice cream cone, and if you ain't from around here, you think, well, didn't you get any ice cream in it? No, if you tell somebody you got an ice cream cone, you tell on them that you got ice cream on a cone, and that's all part of it, everything in one. And so Mort's wife, Donna Glenda, she's in a swimsuit that she got from Uptown Gal. That's the women's clothing store she run in town. And so she got, one of the designer models of the season to wear, and it's got a dolphin on the back of it. The back of her swimsuit got a dolphin on it, and she wearing it, at this water park. Mort's son, he found a water slide he liked and was steady burning a trail back up to the top of that slide and all the way back down, and then repeated again and again and again. You remember doing that? Like when you kiddo, you find something fun to do, and buddy, you wear that out. Whether it's a slide at a park or a water slide at a water park or whatever the thing is, but you don't have the maturity to walk away and just say, okay, that's enough. I don't need to keep, just because I can keep doing this, I don't need to keep doing it like that way. Well, anyhow, ice cream cone melts. And she's trying to eat it pretty fast, Mort's daughter. It's sticky. She doesn't want to go to the bathroom, so she goes into the wave pool with that cone. So now Mort's daughter's in that wave pool with an ice cream cone that's melting. You know what a wave pool is? You know, it's like it's what it sounds like. You can put the words together and say, okay, a pool, I know what like a pool is, like a swimming pool, like a place with water, but a wave pool means there's waves like you at the ocean, but you at a water park, so you ain't gonna have to worry about stingrays or sharks or ants, or well, I guess they ain't ants at the ocean, but maybe little crabs or sand, nothing like that. But there are things, and I may talk a little bit about what they could be, that would be a concern in a wave pool, and think you know what it is. But anyhow, his little daughter got that cone in the wave pool in the water, and them waves are steady coming because it's a wave pool. It makes waves come and go kind of thing, and got that little ice cream cone of hers all soaked and wet. And she's trying to eat it fast enough, but she couldn't get to it. And another kid, because that cone just started going everywhere, kind of just gets soft and want to disintegrate and move around, and a kid gets that soggy cone washed up on their leg. They don't know what it is. You ever had a wet ice cream cone on you? Boy, it loses its form. It's basically like a cardboard pudding or something like that. Well, Glenadonna, she dived into the pool, that's Mort's wife, to save her daughter, so to speak, and ends up with skint elbows. You ain't supposed to dive in a wave pool. Come on, Donna. Well, Donna Glenda in her dolphin swimsuit from Uptown Gal with bloody elbows was trying to get her wet ice cream daughter out of the wave pool. And, you know, wave pool's borderline public toilet. I mean, it's basically like there's a real thin line between a public toilet and a wave pool. And I mean that sincerely, y'all guys. Mort gets the idea for that water slide, and he climbs up. He's got them snug little swim trunks, but, I mean, truth be told, can they be too snug? You want them to stay on, Mort. You really do. But the sun is hot, boy, it's beating down, and there's a turn in that waterline slide where it's a little bit of a shade, but a lot of it's a hot walk up, and Mort's climbing it with them little tiny swim trunks on that he's got, and he's grossing people out, but he don't care. I mean, you can be any shape or size of the body part if you paid the ticket and you got a swimsuit on or whatever, you good to go. And so he climbs to the top, and most of it's in the sun. And he don't have to drag like a tube or nothing up there like that away. It's one of them water slides where you just sit on yourself and do it like that away. So he's just gonna like lay down and let gravity take over. So that's what happens. Mort shoots down that slide, somehow turns on a slide like kind of sideways like that away, and then he starts getting his swim trunks just kind of go up. And he got a wedgie on the way down on that slide where, boy, he's just eating that, boy, they're just all stuck up in him. And it's complete, but once he hits that water, the little pool at the end, he's already flipped around. And so now with the gravity and what they call the momentum, it's a complete undressing for Mort in that little pool. Them shorts ripped, they basically not on him anymore. Basically a shop towel now is what them swimming trunks are. So Mort Dwydell is staying under the water until he can get some help. He's waving to the lifeguard. His son shoots down past him off that slide, and Mort hollers, "Go get your mama." Well, she's fishing soggy ice cream legged kiddo out the wave pool in her fancy dolphin swimsuit. By the time she gets over there, they got Mort in a towel. He was done. He needed to be too. And at the end of the day, he had to be glad he got a coupon for all that. He ain't paying for it. He's going to have to get a new pair of swim trunks or make some sort of cut-off jean shorts, find an old pair of jeans that fit pretty good but not good enough where you want to keep wearing them as jeans, cut them off and make them swim trunks. Them's options for you, Mort, free of charge like that away. Well, that's how Mort's little pre-Labor Day party went over at the water slide. You can imagine, but you're welcome to ask him about it if you see it. Let me remind you, I can't remind you. I'm going to tell you now for sure, like the facts that Team Burger Shed, this past week we played Brunwell Tires. Now, I know what you're thinking. They a tough team, and they are a tough team. But Team Burger Shed, we ain't no pushovers neither. You know about that? We ain't no pushovers neither. JT Whitlow, good news about him. He had everything going for him tonight on the field. He had everything going. except Whitney, his girlfriend, she showed up with an air horn and a demand that he buy her a side-by-side so she can have her own Instagram's page with her singing all over the place in a side-by-side. What in the world, Whitney? And Cody Mantell just shook his head. That's his cousin. Whitney's Cody's cousin. Lindy Ray was there. That's Cody's wife. She works at Early Bird. Their kiddos was there too, Daphne and Little Trigger. Well, anyways, that's kind of what we're looking like. JT's there. He's ready to play ball. Cody Mantell, he was raking tonight too. We felt like we had everything going, like we was cruising to another win, and then the wheels fall off. Mort was kind of walking with a limp, partly because he was hurt, partly because of shame from that water slide, but he was off. And so Russell let him pitch and put me at first base. Bad idea. I missed a grounder, and JT Whitlow threw it over my head on another play. Well, Whitney yelled at him while we playing a softball game that he should buy her that side-by-side, trying to say that's why he's playing bad. She was definitely in his head. I mean, that ain't responsible. It ain't responsible to be like that. Lonnie Brunwell and his boys turned it on in the 5th inning, and before we know it, the game is tied at 7-7. Then the heavens opened up, and the fields cleared. Everybody ran for shelter. Rained out in a tie. That's right. Team Burger said we tied Brunwell's tires, and now we 8 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. We lost a mental game this time. But hey, we ready to keep going. I think Mort should be recovered by next week unless he gets hurt on his front yard trampoline. That's always a possibility. Check them show notes for all that's going on, y'all guys. I appreciate you joining me here on episode 1 of Seasons 11's. A lot of news coming up soon. Of course, you'll see the promos as we figure out which shirts we doing away with. But I'd say the likely ones are 2023 Team Burger Shed shirt, watermelon helmet shirt, like this away, like that away shirt, and the turkey salmon. There might be one other one, but those are some that may be going away for now. So check them show notes for all my shirts in case you want to pick one up, and also you'll see the Tavin's bacon bag in there as well. And thank y'all for joining me. You can subscribe wherever you listen to the podcast. You can rate it, leave me a comment, and share it with a friend or a mild acquaintance. All of that, I sure appreciate. And hey, if you ain't had a wet, soggy ice cream cone wash up your leg in a wave pool this week and had to get fished out of there by your mama in a dolphin swimsuit from Uptown Gal, you having a pretty good week. Me, I'm Tavin Dillard. This is a Tavin Dillard podcast. Till next time, y'all guys. We'll see you later.